Welcome to another bracket on the NFR Plus channel. If you guys want to see more brackets just like this, tier lists, and more hip-hop content, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We're uploading these weekly. But let's get into this ad. This is going to be an interesting one because for the first time ever, we're doing a rap intro song bracket.
Yes,
and
we are.
we chose not to go with all of the overpowered intros, right? There's songs like Wesley's Theory, there's New York State of Mind. It would have been too predictable. It would have been too overpowered to choose some of those intros. So we chose just amazing intros that could all compete in a 32-song bracket. And just another qualification for this was that it had to be the first track that appeared on each track list.
Yes, it does.
So, for example, The Watcher wouldn't qualify here because there is an intro right before.
Or heard him say on late registration, so on and so forth. Are you excited, man?
I'm excited, man. I mean, we never did any bracket like this, and I feel like sometimes with our brackets, it's not the most evenly matched. Here, it's one where I don't know exactly which song is going to
There's
win.
a lot of quality within the brackets.
There is.
And speaking about quality, let's go on to the first matchup of round one. Ultralight Beam versus Legend by Drake. Two songs that came out in a similar period. One came out in 2015, one came out in 2016. Ultralight Beam is regarded as one of Kanye's best and most iconic intros. Legend is what kickstarted the iconic mixtape for If You're Reading This Is Too Late. You know, as soon as you hear that production, you know what you're getting into for the rest of that mixtape. So let me ask you this, okay? Production for production. We're obviously going Ultralight Beam here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Even though PND cooked up a crazy beat. In terms of like writing and messaging, it's funny because they're like polar opposite songs. One song's like extremely vanity driven, and the other song is about like humbling yourself before God. But yeah, on a writing point of view, it is still very simplistic, Ultralight Beam, especially like Kanye's verse. But then you have an amazing Chance the Rapper feature. I just feel like as a complete song, Ultralight Beam offers you more.
I do agree.
That's what I feel like.
I do agree. I think it's a top 3 song off of The Life of the Pablo, arguably.
The Life of the Pablo.
The Life of the Pablo. And going back into that track, like you said, just that gospel-esque production breathed something different that not a lot of songs back then, at least within that 2016 period, were offering within mainstream rap albums. So I'm okay with that. Ultralight Beam is going to be going through. That was an easy one.
For sure, bro. Next up, we have Love Sosa by Chief Keef versus Ghostface Killers by 21 Savage, Offset, and Metro Boomin.
The round of the slappers.
Yeah, man. This one's
a tough one.
This is a tough one. I feel like as of late, maybe I listened to more Ghostface Killers. I think that it did a great job at setting the tone. And let me ask you this, like, is that something that you're considering heavily when it comes to this bracket, is looking for like how important the intros are for the albums? You're just looking song for song.
For sure. Obviously, I look at production for production, rapping performance for rapping performance, what song is the total package versus what song's missing this quality. But I have to say this, looking at Love Sosa versus Ghostface Killers does have some points just because you look at that song and like you said, it sets the tone for that entire short track list. It's one of the most memorable songs, not only out of, you know, Metro Boomin's catalog, but I feel like out of that 2017 year. But looking at Love Sosa, bro, no one's ever going to touch that performance. And the hook can't even play in the same league. Like this is not even a discussion.
I mean, it's not. It's Chief Keef's career-defining song, and you can't replicate that energy.
And this is gonna be a huge dark horse in this bracket. I will say that.
Yeah.
But okay, let's keep going on with this. Under the Sun, off of Revenge of the Dreamers 3 versus Busy/Sirens by Sa. But this one's tough.
Yeah. So you have like
This one's tough.
a very hype group project going up against like a deep diary confession. It is tough. Listen, I have a lot of fun listening to Under the Sun. I think that it was a pleasant surprise, a collaboration, getting like the Baby rapping alongside J. Cole and getting like a random Kendrick hook. It was just a blast. You're getting a career best performance from the Baby as well. J. Cole switching up his flows. All the flows are sick from him too. But Busy Sirens, it's a 2-part song. It's an intimate experience. The storytelling is extremely well done. I love the writing. I love the hooks. I love the production, like getting the soft guitar strings in the first half and the weighty synths in the second. He's just soul searching on this song, and I'll be honest, I gotta go Busy Sirens here.
I'm gonna go Busy Sirens as well. I think Obviously, I'm a big fan of collaborations. I'm a big fan of chemistry, posse cuts. This was an exciting song for when it dropped back in 2019, but Busy/Sirens is arguably the best song next to like Prom King, for example, off of that Saba project back in 2018. So I think this is, again, a no-brainer for me. Busy/Sirens is going to be going through. Lou, let's keep going on.
All right. I'm gonna add this to the brackets. Next up, we don't have many of these, but we had to bring in a few. We got some old school matchups. We're starting off with Ambitions as a Rider by Tupac going against The Start of Your Ending 41st Street by Mobb Deep. And this is an interesting matchup just because obviously they had their differences during the East Coast West Coast feud, but you got two classics here. Start of Your Ending, obviously the iconic opener to the infamous album. You're getting some distinct boom bap production on loop.
Very gritty. It's like a Hard Knock New York boom bap staple, and it's one of the best songs off of the infamous. Incredibly deep cut verses about just gang violence and like what they are going through in the streets of New York. I think it's absolutely incredible. But on the other hand, the only reason why I want to give it to Ambitions as a Rider, I feel like it's a bit more polished as a record. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if you put them side by side, I understand the grittiness works for The Start of Your Ending, but you look at Ambitions as a Rider and like, it's just a bit shinier. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It has a better paint job to it. I don't know how to explain it, you know? That's the way that I feel about it. Also, I could argue Tupac's performance is better than anything, like, let's say, Prodigy did on that song as well.
Just love the dope bars and rhyme schemes from Prodigy and Havoc, and I feel like it's not glamorizing the gangsta lifestyle, which I like a lot. Like, they're rapping about how, you know, kids like the future generation of Queensbridge are gonna grow up to be like murderers and terrorists. Like, just that point of view is so real and grimy. But let's get ready to rumble, bro.
Yeah,
let's get ready to rumble.
This is, again, I don't know why we included this as well, because this is gonna go crazy.
It is gonna go crazy.
I think this is going to go far in this bracket. But okay, let's go into the next matchup. This is going to be Yesterday by No Name versus Good Ass Intro by Chance the Rapper. Two Chicago rappers that came up at the same time, both revered as top artists within their own sector of the United States, both coming off of great projects. So honestly, like, I'm cool anywhere with this one. Like, I could go Yesterday, I could go Good Ass Intro. Both of them play on similar, like, playing fields. Like, I don't necessarily have a clear winner on this one.
It's interesting. I feel like Yesterday feels like a theme song for an 80s sitcom, and it's just because of how simple and pure it is. It has these sunny synths. You have a beautiful hook assisted by the Mind and a Kenya. It's just a very enchanting atmosphere. I think production-wise, it is very unique. But that being said, when you're looking at the backing choir vocals on Good Ass Intro, and you're looking at the progression of his first verse and the alliteration, the progression of the flow and the drums, it's so dope. And obviously Chance's rhymes are not as focused, they're a bit looser. Like, you know, he'll have lines like "Zebra school bus, please trust in my friend Gus." Like, it's just like the most random shit you can think of Chance the Rapper's throwing at you, but it has that spiritual vibe, and I think it hits a bit harder.
Yeah, we'll go Good Ass Intro. Honestly, like I told you, I don't necessarily care which way we go on this one.
This next one, though.
This
next
crazy.
matchup.
Because this is where I think we're going to have a bit of a conversation. The Ends by Travis Scott versus Longtime Intro by Playboi Carti.
We're bringing their best intros as weapons here.
You think that The Ends is his best intro for Travis?
I think so. What do you have over it? Hyena?
I don't know.
Stargazing?
Stargazing is a good conversation starter. Definitely not pornography.
I go The Ends.
The Ends is probably his best.
Yeah, I think The Ends. Obviously, it's elevated by the Andre 3000 verse.
But even at that, the Travis feature is incredible.
Yeah,
but not the Travis feature, the Travis verses.
Yeah, of course.
My bad.
Production's insane.
The dark atmosphere to the production.
But then you look at Longtime Intro, and it's like, it's such a gold mine in Carti's discography. Like, you don't have many songs that can come close to it. I feel like the
SpongeBob levitating meme has like directly been associated to this track.
Yeah, I'm floating the entire time listening to this song. And it's just, he's dishing out like quotable after quotable, like wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee, or it took a long time just to feel like this. Like, so many quotables. I'd rather die than come in last. Like, I'm not saying that The Ends doesn't have the same level of quotables, but I just think you're getting a more complete performance from Carti as well.
Oh, I don't know.
In terms of the ad-libs, the hook, the various flows.
It depends what you value, dude. Like, if you want the mood and setting, you're going a long time intro. If you want something that feels a bit more raw, a bit more passionate, something that's a bit more complete as far as a rapping performance goes, you're going the ends. It depends what you want. I think the rapping performances from Travis and Andre 3K wipe Carti. I think they sound a lot more passionate.
I don't know about Travis's, but yeah, Andre 3000's for sure. I will say this, like 3000's verse always felt a little bit random to me in comparison to like what Travis is doing on the song. Like it kind of felt like, okay, he's just taking it in a totally different direction. But it was also
a massive cosign for him.
Well, yeah, I mean that's irrelevant to what I was just saying, but yeah, I get you. I'm just saying to me, like as a song, like it kind of takes like a random detour. Like it's not like they had like.
Would that deduct points in this conversation?
I mean, I don't know.
You can't say that it feels random and deduct points.
Well, it does feel like from a writing point of view, from what Travis was doing to like where Andre takes it, it is a bit random. We're not gonna say it isn't, but I'm okay with either one here. I just felt like it was super close.
Do you feel like it's less of a song because Travis Scott's content matter does not match Andre 3K's?
Well, I feel like there's maybe less of a like in sync like chemistry there.
No, but I'm asking you, like, would you knock off points?
I didn't say I'd knock off points. I just said it's something to look at.
But I know, but you're looking at it now.
Well,
like,
kind of. Yeah, I'll knock off a point. There you go. I'll knock off a point. Anyways,
what a stupid fucking thing to do.
I can go either way here. They're both fantastic.
Yeah, let's go the ends. Bro.
We'll go
Fuck
the ends.
you. We're putting the ends in here. I don't want to ever hear that again.
All right.
They don't knock off their chemistry together. That song's incredible.
I never said it wasn't. Next up, we have Beef Rap by MF Doom going up against B Intro by Common. Two songs that came out in the mid 2000s. With Beef Rap, you're getting a super cinematic start to the album. You have like a 2-minute intro. Then the whole production is looped with this Spider-Man cartoon sample, which is so clever. It's so unique. You're getting 3 fire verses from MF Doom filled with internal rhymes. And it's top-tier rapping from him from beginning to end. But then you're getting one of the best beats of all time with B Intro. Like Kanye literally lost his fucking mind producing that song. When you look at that acoustic bass guitar and the way that you then get the analog synths and the old-fashioned piano keys and then the drums and the epic strings, the way that beat builds is flawless.
So it depends what you want. Do you go for the cinematic value here with Beef Rap, or do you go for something that feels a bit more traditional for the hip-hop genre that plays a bit more into its realms, iconic production, like you said, still wonderful conscious rapping from Common throughout the entire track? What do you go with here?
I go with what hits my soul, bro. Lines like, waiting for the Lord to rise, I look into my daughter's eyes and I realize I'm going to learn through her.
This is one of the best summer albums of all time.
The present is a gift and I just want to be. Come on, bro.
It's wonderful.
I'm going B Intro every day. Honestly, this is good. This is the one that's going to make a push.
You know what? We were speaking to Coleman about this. I genuinely do think Kanye like revived Common's career with this album.
Yeah, he did.
No kidding. I mean, the production on this album is fucking crazy. But all right, let's keep going on with this. Let's go on to the last matchup of Side A of round 1. This is going to be King Back by T.I. versus The Mob by Lil Wayne. Two songs that play very close to the South. Big anthems. One of them produced by Just Blaze. That producer tag is always going to be iconic. Listening back to this song, like it had so much energy and anthem to it. T.I.'s rapping his ass off, but honestly,
he is rapping his ass off. I want to give love to King Back by T.I. just because
it's one of the best intros on a Southern hip hop.
It doesn't get any love. Sure. It's one of his best technical displays as a rapper, especially that first verse. Like the multi-syllabic rapping is insane. I love how triumphant it is. It feels like he's claiming his stake as the king of rap and king of the South.
The hook feels so anthemic as well with the King Back. And then after that, like the hey ad-libs. I love this song. Don't get me wrong, but bro,
it's a 5-minute verse from Lil Wayne.
You know? What do you want me to do?
You know, what
the Mom's a top 3 song in his entire catalog.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Honestly, like I think this is another song next to Ambitions as a Writer that's gonna go far. It's gonna go very far.
So you think like the older school songs are gonna fucking knock out all the news?
But listen, we have B Intro versus The Mob. That's
tough.
That's gonna be a conversation.
Oh no, I don't want to do it.
But okay, let's go into side B. We have another modern matchup with 7:12 p.m. by Future versus With Them by Young Thug. 7:12 p.m. was a breath of fresh air, especially for that 2022 run from Future.
It was.
It was probably the best record off of that entire album, next to like Puffin' on Zooties and Chickens.
It was so cool because, like, for the first time ever, at least from my memory, you're getting Future rapping over like this building Japanese sample that just has an epic bass drop. And I love his flows. They're rushed, but they're experimental. They felt new for him. And yeah, I just think that it's easily the best song off of that album, without a doubt. And when you compare it to With Them, it's peak Young Thug. You're getting a Mike Will made it production. You're getting these bouncy synths.
Top 5 song in Young Thug's catalog.
Yeah, it is, bro. And I feel like the flow switches happen more frequently. There's better quotables.
The flow that he hits on that first verse to open up the song. I remember when that was getting memed out in 2016, people were just losing their fucking minds because they're asking themselves, how does Young Thug attack these quick flows like that? You don't even understand what the fuck he's saying.
I want to fuck her, but she play more games in the NBA.
Like when I think I was in the car with one of the boys at one point, and like I think it was maybe Nick, and he was like, "Bro, if you could tell me what he says right here, word for word, I'll give you $5." And like I'm listening to it over and over again, and I'm like, nah, I just don't know. Like it's crazy because
I don't know if that adds points to the song.
It does though. To me, it does because like vocally, you know, it's so unique, it's so distinctive, and like the melodies in his voice are so captivating that you don't even give a fuck about what he's saying. And then once you figure out what he's saying, you're like, that's hard. You know, that's fire.
For sure.
And I feel like that's what you get with them. So that's going to be advancing. Let's keep going on with this. Next round is going to be Melt Session number 1 versus 26 Letter by Mac Homie. Both songs that I absolutely adored when it came to 2021 and 2022. I'm going to be honest with you, though. I look at Melt Session number 1, and this is going to be a crazy underdog on this side of the bracket.
It is. I do want to say this about the 26 Letter. I think that if you're after, like, just pure bars and you're after technical rapping, it is the better song. Like, if you're after, like just,
rhyme schemes
if
and
you're looking at
yes.
just the rapping and the bar work, it's the better song.
Well, the rapping in what sense? Because, like, if I want to compare, like, let's say, flow and mic presence and passion, you're automatically going Melt Session number 1.
Okay,
but
but
26 Letter, I mean, it's more like technical.
That's what
you
I'm
look
saying.
At the rhyme schemes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're looking at the bar work when you're looking bar for bar, and you're looking at the wordplay, etc., the punchlines. Mac Homie, like, yes, it's superior without a doubt, and I feel like the words are also flowing out of him like water. Like, it's effortless. You're getting
it's very smooth.
Some of the most signature lines, like Mac Homie is an icon. End quote. This is the year that I'm gonna get my Python trench coat. Like, just crazy one-liners. But again, when you're looking at the full package, song versus song. Melt Session number 1, the Robert Glasper keys. That's all it takes.
Even the vocal sample that starts off the song and the entire album. Melt Session number 1 is going to make a big push for me here. It depends what it's going to be going up against. But so far, the way that we're starting off, I would say, yes, second side of round 2 is With Them versus Melt Session number 1. That's going to be an interesting conversation.
2 very different songs. But next up, we have probably the toughest first round matchup here.
Put It On by Big L versus The Ruler's Back by Jay-Z.
2 New York heavyweights.
Listen.
Oh, man.
I have been listening a lot to The Ruler's Back as of late.
And I've been listening to a lot of Put It On. I don't care what you've been listening to yesterday, this morning. I don't care. We're looking at what's the better song.
Yes. Okay.
2 very different songs.
Production, I go The Ruler's Back. I think The Ruler's Back has better production.
It's very different. Like, the whole thing with Put It On was having that hype man in back and just adding that, like, it sort of has like that block party, like street corner freestyle kind of feeling, just because of the chants that you're getting, the vocal chants. And then, like I said, Kid Capri acting as the hype man on the hook. Also getting that patois bridge is so unique, so clever. And yeah, Big L is just like threatening his rivals over a song that kind of sounds jolly and uplifting, which I think is so dope. And like at the same time, he's rapping about catching like 35 bodies and giving you top tier wordplay. I think that in terms of performance, flow wise, Big L gets Jay-Z on this song. I think in terms of like bar work, I will say is very close because Jay-Z on The Ruler's Back.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, looking at this first verse, Gather Round Hustlers, that's if you still living and get on down to that old jig rhythm. That, like, once he starts off that first verse, it's over, bro. And I understand, like, you like the bar work on Put It On. I do get it. But, like, even with The Ruler's Back, it was Jay-Z coming back and saying, like, this city is mine. Like, with the blueprint, I'm going to make history. And this is the song that kickstarted that. I could say that Put It On is maybe a bit more iconic.
Obviously, it's the more classic song
It's
to
the
me,
more
yeah.
classic song to me. But at the same time, like, production for production, I'm taking the Bing production every single day of the week. It's one of the best produced songs in the blueprint.
That's all I can really give it is probably the production. Everything else, I go Big L, and my vote's going to put it on here.
I'm going the rulers back.
So Nick is going to have to come in and be a tiebreaker. I know he's going Jay-Z, and I accept it. It's valid.
I didn't even have to say anything.
You didn't have to. There you go.
Perfect.
It's valid.
I think it's one of the best ways a rapper has ever started off an album alongside Put It On. Like, this was going to be a tough matchup. You could go anywhere here.
It's a good matchup. Like I said, it's the toughest of the first round. But next up, 1985 by Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist versus Dreams and Nightmare by Meek Mill. Kind of a random matchup, but this is an easy W for Meek Mill, bro. I'm not going to hold you.
You think so?
Listen, I love the electric guitar sample on 1985. Freddie's rapping really hard.
I've always said this, though, about 1985. It feels a bit more like an interlude rather than everything because it's a bit shorter. In runtime, and the Freddie verse isn't the longest because the majority of the song is actually taken up by those electric guitar licks that are coming in.
Still beautiful, and honestly,
it's incredible. But it's only a minute and 45 seconds. If you want to go rapping performance on this Dreams and Nightmares every single day of the fucking week,
I think even if Freddie had another verse though, it's Dreams and Nightmares, bro. This is the ultimate underdog anthem. This song, to me at least, is gonna make a serious fucking push in this bracket.
It's not beating the rulers back.
That's what it's going up against.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna happen at a certain point. But okay, let's go on to another underrated matchup this round. Okay, Palace versus the Star Room. The Star Room was the perfect way to kickstart watching movies with the sound off. You get this long and sort of distorted intro to start off the song, and then after that, you just get this beautiful guitar lick that just backs Mac Miller's vocals, and I've just always loved it. It's Mac Miller just being unapologetic like usual. He made this around 2013, around the same time as the Macadelic sessions, and you hear that in his voice. You hear the raspiness. You hear he just doesn't give a fuck about life right now, and he's laying it all down for you. He accepts that he is who he is within it. That's what I love about this song.
Yeah, it feels kind of like a descent into madness. He's wrestling between different emotions, different desires. And the Earl Sweatshirt production is fucking amazing here. I love how unsettling
it is. Moody and dark.
Super eerie strings. And then you have Palace, which feels like A$AP Rocky is walking into the house of hip-hop and just planting his flag, saying, I'm here, I'm gonna bring a fresh style, I'm a New York rapper, influenced by fucking Houston, and the production from Clams Casino, as always, just feels like an otherworldly dream, and the vocal sample is warped. It's haunting. The drums hit hard. It's a song that I listen to more than the Star Room. I think that it definitely has more of the accessibility. But when I look song for song,
it's not even a competition.
I think the Star Room is more impressive.
Absolutely.
I really do.
From a writing standpoint, even for how dynamic that production is.
Yeah.
The way that it completely shifts, and then the Mac Miller vocal effects just leave.
The Delusional Thomas has his introduction on this song too.
That's what I'm saying. Those, because it signifies how evil Mac Miller could be with all these temptations around him. The Star Room for sure, super underrated song. For his catalog. But let's keep going on with this next one. This one's a crazy one. Downward Spiral by Danny Brown versus Shattered Dreams by Earl Sweatshirt. Listen, if you're not a fan of Earl, or you think that he's inaccessible, and you're not necessarily the biggest fan of some rap songs, I don't think you could talk shit about Shattered Dreams. It's one of the most beautiful and I would say, calm and smooth songs that he has within his catalog, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love that jazzy instrumental.
Yeah, you have that dusty lo-fi loop that just keeps on, and it's interesting. Earl's Sweatshirt, the best thing about the song is the poetry, and it kind of feels like he's just floating in this fog of melancholy, and he asks his loved ones, why didn't no one tell me I was bleeding? And it's super deep. It cuts hard. And when you look at it in comparison to Downward Spiral off of Atrocity Exhibition, I mean, literally the opening line is, I'm sweating like I'm in a rave, been in this room for 3 days, think I'm hearing voices. And you hear these voice cracks, and you hear the tension behind the delivery, and you're like, this is the perfect opener for Atrocity Exhibition. And he's literally detailing how he's falling apart and how he's in worse shape than Charlie Sheen on the set of 2.5 Men. That's what he's describing.
But even the
it's fucked.
The production sets the mood so well because you get these out of tune guitar strings that come in and out.
Yeah.
And it's very unconventional, right? Usually people try to have in tune instruments on their songs, but with this, it just everything feels broken.
Yeah.
And again, it speaks perfectly to the title of it. This entire song feels like a downward spiral. It feels like one big fucking fever dream because Danny Brown's done too much drugs and he's just on this 3-day bender. It depends what you want. I think maybe you could say that there's more replay value
with Shattered Dreams.
With Shattered Dreams, but honestly, like I've never heard a song like Downward Spiral.
Yeah, and I feel like this song,
it's just an anomaly.
It has like an effect that a lot of songs off that album have, where it's like you're looking directly into the storm, but you can't look away. Like it's that kind of vibe. But yeah, no, honestly, I think Downward Spiral, it's the better song. Yeah. But next up, we have a Coke rap matchup here. Two fantastic songs. One that's more known, and I wonder if, you know, people might feel away just because it is more celebrated, it is more revered. It's If You Know You Know by Pusha T going up against the underdog of the matchup, Rolls Royce Brake Lights by Stove God Cooks.
I like this matchup.
I want to say this. Automatically, even though I love what Rock Marcy did on the whole album, Reasonable Drought, I think the production's better on If You Know You Know.
Oh, it's not even a comparison.
Yeah, the beat jumps out at you with those vocal chops and the banging drums. Like, it's night and day.
Didn't we say that this was a top-end song next to Santeria on the album?
I don't know. Every song is a top-tier song on that album,
because,
bro.
Like, the games we played, this and Santeria for me would probably be like top 3 off the album.
I'm going Rolls Royce Brake Lights here, and I'll tell you why. I think, yeah.
Don't try to be different.
I'm not trying to be different, bro. When you look at that performance, when you look at the way that Stove God Cooks is singing on that hook, when you look at the way he's projecting his vocals, when you're looking at the ad-libs, the delivery, everything is way more entertaining. You want to talk about one-liners because, of course, If You Know You Know has them. So does fucking Rolls Royce Brake Lights. ESPN prices, I do 30 for 30. Light skin base runner, I'm Derek Jeter. Like, come on, bro. The bar work is there. It's on par. His
shit mixed with his shit makes it they work. My shit is Cinderella slipper. I ain't sorry for the wait.
Bro, you know that I am the biggest Daytona defender in the fucking planet. I love the album. It's a masterpiece. But I'm just going song for song here. I'm removing myself from the equation.
Yeah, but Pusha T's rapping with so much conviction on If You Know You Know.
I know.
The wrist on that boy, rockstar like Pink Floyd. Waving at you, rude boy. I'm waving at you, boy. Crazy.
Ran off on the plug.
Too, like True Goy. No, stop it, bro. Nah, I don't know. Lou, I understand. Maybe you like the hook and the singing.
But a trapper turned rapper can morph into Puff.
No, get out of here.
Can turn into Puff.
The company I keep is not corporate enough. Child rebel soldier, you ain't
orphan enough.
A rapper turned trapper can't morph into us. No,
but a trapper turned rapper can morph into Puff.
Yeah, but even at this
that
point,
age bad. No, but regardless,
dance contest for the smokers. I
predict Snow Owl Roker. I know the song word for word. I love this song.
I only ever looked up the Sosa. You all get a bird. This guy Oprah. Come on.
I know the song word for word. I love the song. Rolls Royce Brake Lights from a performance point of view is better. The rapping is better.
The bar work, the wordplay's better on If You Know You Know.
All right,
the production's much better. Come on.
Listen, man, for the 100th time, Lou, I disagree with you again. I feel like we're just never on the same page.
We never are.
Bro.
All right,
I need like a $50 bill or something, man.
All right, I'll keep it in mind, bro. I'll keep it in mind. If You Know You Know advances, I'm okay with that. Last matchup for round 1. This is a weird one, I feel like. Shireen, a.k.a. It's a weird matchup, but whatever.
What were you doing when you cooked this up? Because you sent me the bracket. I'm like, what the fuck's Shireen Master Splinter doing against Cold Wind Blow? I'm like, fuck it, we ball, though.
We ball. We had to do it. Shireen, a.k.a. Master Splinter's Daughter by Kendrick versus Cold Wind Blows by Eminem. Listen, one of them is a fucking lyrical rampage, and the other one is one of the most cinematic intros that you'll ever hear. It's literally like the opening credits to the movie that is Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, but song for song goes to Cold Wind Blows.
I go Cold Wind Blows, even though I love Shireen. I think that
the bar work is better. Eminem's performance is
production's better.
The production's very cinematic on Shireen.
It's fantastic.
It's different. I feel like obviously it's more traditional as a hip hop song for Cold Wind Blows, but this was just like a big middle finger from Eminem to the entire world.
But the thing is that, like, with Kendrick, like, the performance was meant to be low key and subtle, right? Like, he's telling you a story. He's in a calm state of mind because he just thinks he's taking out a girl on a date. So I feel like the rapping performance wasn't meant to be extravagant, so it's kind of hard to take away points for that. But Shireen does feel more important as an intro. I will say this, like, you could have taken something like On Fire or a different song to start off Recovery, and that would have been chill, even though this song's fantastic.
Yeah, you can't have...
You can't replace Shireen.
Yes.
So like in the context of what's more important as an intro, it is Shireen.
It's okay though. It's going to Cold Wind Blows.
Yeah, fine.
It's going to Cold Wind Blows. I
We'll
don't
go
care.
Cold Wind Blows. It just
All right, let's go on to the other side of the bracket. Let's go into the first matchup of round 2. Ultralight Beam versus Love Sosa. Listen, man, I love me some gospel rap, but when it comes down to Love Sosa, untouchable classic. It's an untouchable
We
classic.
don't want no devils in the house, bro. Like that's on my bucket list, bro, for life. To go to like a Sunday service and hear that little girl who I'm sure is grown now, like deliver what she said on that song.
The song is beautiful.
I think that again, like I'm removing the iconic factor from it. I'm looking song for song. This is a continuation of what Kanye did on Jesus Walks. This is a fantastic gospel hip hop crossover. It's fantastic from start to finish. There's way more layers at play. It's the more complete song. It's the more dynamic song. I don't care how hard Love Sosa goes in the whip. As an intro to an album and as a song that I think is better, I'm going fucking Ultralight Beam. I am.
See, I can't argue with those points.
I think I rested my case.
I can't argue with those points. Did I just troll you and bring Nick in here?
You could. We know where it's gonna go. It's gonna be a tag team once again. We know.
Don't do Ultralight Beam.
There we go.
I'm gonna bring him in though if you start acting naughty.
All right, let's
If you
see.
start acting naughty, me and Nick are gonna have to come set you straight.
And gave me the $50 bill. So.
Well, he's been paying you off, bro. We've been under retainer.
We've
bro.
been making Lou look like an idiot during these brackets.
Fuck, man.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, you got to get better music taste, but what could you say? But Ultralight Beam, listen, you're right. The messaging's better on the song itself.
Hard part 6, overlift yourself. I will never forget it. I never will forget it. But yeah, let's keep on going.
Busy Sirens versus Ambitions as a Writer. Saba, I love your music, bro, but it's not coming close here.
No, it's not. It's not even. It's not even close remotely. It's really not.
Ambitions as a Writer goes through. I love using my ESPN voice.
You know, Corrupt said when Tupac recorded that song, like he was fucking pissed off.
But he was straight out of jail.
He was literally went from his cell to the recording studio to the booth. Like that is insane.
I won't deny it.
I'm a straight rider.
And then boom, and then when
you
it
don't
drops,
want to fuck with me.
and then when those keys drop, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a nasty, nasty song.
It's a very nasty song. Okay, good ass intro versus the ends. Easy money here. It's gonna go to the ends. Lou, don't give me this fucking topical bullshit between RG3K and Travis.
I'm just saying, like I don't like how like early you came to the conclusion. Like,
you want to do this? Do I
good,
have the
good ass intro is not like it's not like easy
Nick,
money.
get that mic prepared, bro.
Easy money. No,
I'm gonna call Big Nick in.
Listen, it doesn't matter. None of these songs are fucking winning this bracket. Let's go the ends. I'm not even gonna have the discussion with you because neither of them are winning.
The ends moves through.
All right, next up we have B Intro by Common going up against The Mob.
Okay, listen,
by Lil
bro.
Wayne.
At the end of the day, I love the Kanye production, but like you said, it's a fucking 5-minute verse. What do you want me to do here? I'm going The Mob.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I think that when it comes to B Intro, that's one of the all-time hip hop beats that I've ever laid ears on, and that's gonna make a serious push for me when I look at this debate. And I'll be honest, I'm still I'm circling through what I would put over what because I obviously didn't anticipate. I didn't think about it beforehand that they would face off. But that being said. When I'm looking at just a conscious hip hop, when I'm looking at the words and the way that they hit my soul, when I'm looking at what Common was able to accomplish in just one verse and how compact this song is and what it means to his discography.
The Mob versus B Intro.
Well, listen, it's hard to compare, right? One is about like flexing your lyrical muscles and saying I'm the go to this shit, while the other one is giving me messages that I can carry with me like for life, bro.
Yeah, but you could do the same thing with The Mob.
For life.
It's about dominance. It's about being on top of your game. It's about practice and preparation. It's about seizing the moment and being there for when you want it. The Mob is all about...
Common's rapping is inspiring.
Hold on, let me
hungry.
I'm giving you the runtime. Give me some runtime.
Okay, go for it.
Verse for verse. We'll do that. We'll lay it down for you. Verse for verse, I think we got to give it to Wayne. Yes, you could argue that you get the conscious rapping, you get, the speaking to God and obviously speaking to his daughter. Like, it's a beautifully written verse. You could argue that it's maybe more important, but I say The Mob is just as important just because, again, it talks about steady preparation. It talks about putting work into this life. It talks about being prepared for that moment to seize it, and he did seize it with The Mob. Runtime, flow, and execution goes to The Mob.
So,
production goes B Intro.
Let me ask you this. If B Intro had another verse, would you have a different opinion, you think?
No.
Listen, I'm Wing B intro. I know it doesn't matter. Nick is a huge Wheezy fan, and regardless of whatever treaty you guys have together, he's gonna go the mob. So it's cool.
So Ann didn't convince you at all?
No, he really didn't. Yeah, I'm looking at one of the best hip hop beats of all time, and one of Common's best performances. So no,
the mob goes through.
There you go.
My ESPN voice.
The mob. It's in.
Sheesh, bro, give me a fucking headache in these headphones. Chill the fuck out. Okay, next up, With Them by Young Thug going up against Melt Session number 1 by Denzel Curry. It's Melt Session number 1 for me. Rub that beard, Anthony. Rub it good. Rub it good and the answers will swirl through.
Where's your vitamin water today? Did you drink any vitamin water or like an iced tea this morning?
No.
Is there a certain time of day where you start bringing your drinks?
I'm not gonna. Yeah, like it's early today. I'm not gonna fucking
It's
have.
not time for a
I'm
Coke.
not gonna have a fucking Coke at fucking 11 a.m., bro. Like chill.
You know, there's a lot of people that do that. I find that disgusting.
No, not for me.
Just have a fucking coffee or something. Yeah, we're gonna go Melt Session number 1.
There you go. The beard spoke. Next up, we have The Ruler's Back by Jay-Z going up against Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. Listen, I think that you can make the argument here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
I think if you'd ask Meek Mill, he'd tell you himself. It's time to sweep it out of here. Bye bye.
Watch your mic. We're gonna fucking knock it over.
I know. I don't know why it's so loose.
No, but listen, I want to say this though: the buildup of Dreams and Nightmares and the way that it fucking progresses, it's more impressive to me than The Ruler's Back.
You know
but
what Dreams and Nightmares does?
I know. I'll go The Ruler's Back, but Nick, I'm just
better.
curious. Where would you have gone here?
The Ruler's Back for sure.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to. The Star Room
hold
by
on.
Mac
I
Miller.
want to, because I feel like with the Ruler's Back, this bracket, not
Yeah.
that you've underestimated it, but I'm not sure if we see it on the same level.
No,
Like,
it faced tough opponents, bro. I'm gonna tell you.
I know.
I'm not gonna undermine Dreams and Nightmares or put it on by Big L. Like,
no,
what?
I get it. I understand. I'm just saying, like, it's the intro to one of the best hip hop albums of all time.
It is.
It has one of the best produced beats I've ever heard by Bing. The rapping performance is fucking incredible, and it's literally Jay-Z stamping his dominance.
Yeah.
It's a forever song.
It is.
I'm just saying. I think that like The Ruler's Back is actually criminally underrated within his catalog.
I never said anything negative
No,
about
I
The
know.
Ruler's
But
Back
it's like,
throughout this whole
I
episode.
can make the argument it's a top 10 Jay-Z song of all time.
There's better songs in the Blueprint, bro. Like I can name like 5 songs better in the Blueprint.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll go Never Change. I'll go Song Cry. I'm gonna go.
not Song Cry.
You Don't Know. I'm gonna
No,
go
You Don't Know.
Renegade,
Renegade, yes.
and I'm gonna go Takeover.
No.
5 better songs.
No.
Easy.
Rulers,
fucking
never
money.
never change. Rulers Back, and then after that, I go Renegade and Heart of the City. Those are my
Song. You put Rulers Back over Song Cry.
I do.
Heart of the City or The Ruler's Back. Come on, bro.
There's the iconic factor to Heart of the City. I think the production is probably. I don't even know about the production. I'm just saying the Ruler's Back is fucking stupid. Play that in the whip on the way here.
lyrical exercise, bro, is fucking unreal. Anyways, whatever, bro.
Okay, let's keep going on with this. Next one, I believe this is where
The
we're at.
Star Room by Mac Miller versus Downward Spiral
That's
by
actually a
Danny
good
Brown.
matchup.
It is a good matchup. I think that, like I said, like Danny Brown is just giving you one of the realest, most vivid representations of like the most twisted fucking bender of all time.
You hear the pain in his voice.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't want to be there.
But no, we're in the Star Room
It's
here.
going to be the Star Room. Okay, Star Room advances. Then after that, we have If You Know, You Know versus Cold Wind Blows. This is easy. If you know, you know.
Over
Yeah.
over Cold Wind Blows?
Why not? Bro, the Alan Roker bar is crazy.
No, bro. You want me to pull out bars from fucking Cold Wind Blows?
I know Cold Wind Blows.
Nah, bro.
Are you serious?
The Just Blaze production, the bagpipes at the start, that dark piano loop, the epic claps, Eminem rapping like an absolute beast on this song. I'm sorry, bro. I love luxury hip hop. I love
Actually,
Pusha T.
we might have to break down this bar on TikTok, but at the same time, I'm sure we're gonna get flagged for it.
Is this it's the Vic bar?
Yeah, you could get
Yeah.
the dick. Just call me the ball sack. I'm nuts. Michael Vick and this bitch dog. Fall back, you mutts. Fuck your
No, it's
worms.
nuts.
You've never seen such a sick puppy. Fuck it, a sick duck. I want my dick sucked, mummy.
Bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, I laugh when I call you a slut. It's funny. Shorty, dance while I diss you on the beat. Fuck the words.
Bro, fuck it. I'm a loose cannon. Bruce Banner's back in the booth. Y'all are sitting ducks. I'm the only goose standing. Bro, like, he's just taking a shit on everybody here and doing it in style. It's nuts. 3 verses. You're getting more substance out of it. You're getting a harder hitting song. And an intro that just commands your attention a bit more. I'm going Cold with Blows every day.
Yeah, whatever. I'm cool with it.
I mean, whatever. No, if you know, then Nick comes in and decides.
No, we'll do Cold Wind Blows on this one.
There you go.
That's fine. Honestly, it is a better rapping performance. It's a much better rapping performance.
It's just a better song.
Yeah, you think so? You think it's that much better?
I think it's a better song. I think it's pretty clear.
Okay, these next 2 rounds, it's super easy, bro. It's Ultralight Beam versus Ambitions. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Say goodnight. Ambitions is gonna go through.
Yes, it is.
Then after that, we have the Ends versus the Mob. I'll say bye to the Ends.
The Mob by Lil Wayne. So that's the setup for the semifinal right there?
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be a huge debate.
Wow.
Okay, and then this is a crazy one. Melt Session number 1 versus the Ruler's Back.
That's where we're at?
That's where we're at with this one. I'm going to go the Ruler's Back.
One. Wow.
I'm happy for Melt Session number 1. It made it far. I knew
Melt
that it was going to
Session
be
number 1, it feels like he's staring himself in the mirror and like just taking accountabilities for his mistakes and flaws and like wanting to make a change. Like I think in terms of like a personal revelation, like it's
mind-blowing. Don't get me
insane.
wrong, for sure, but I'm just saying like the Ruler's Back feels like Jay-Z came in on like a horse and just put his flag on New York and on the rest of the United States.
Yeah, it's a huge victory song.
It's just
a
like
fucking
but
huge
it's like,
anthem.
It's like, fuck you guys. You're about to witness greatness for another like 15 tracks.
I gotta go
here.
the Ruler's Back. It's
Yeah.
just it's tough though. It's not that easy. It's really not that easy.
For sure.
Melt
No, I
Session,
think
Melt
this is-
Session number 1 is one of the best intros and openers of this decade. Like it's not that easy, bro.
I understand. It's
Like,
right next
chill.
to the introverts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I get it.
it's on that level.
I get it,
Next
but
to
it's
the
the Ruler's
Samurais.
Back.
Whatever. Yeah.
So the Samurais? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Samurai's there. Anyways, next up,
After that, we have the Star Room versus Cold Wind Blows. Cold Wind Blows.
Cohen blows.
You know, I
over
didn't
the
expect the
Star
Star
Room.
Room to go that crazy.
It went pretty crazy. I made it to the quarters. That's pretty sick. All right, so we have in the semifinals, the final 4 songs here. We have only legends. We have only goats left. If you think about it, you have Tupac's Ambitions Zoraida versus Lil Wayne's The Mob, and then you have The Ruler's Back by Jay-Z versus Cohen Blows by Eminem. You know what? Let's do something. I feel like Ambitions versus The Mob is gonna be more of the conversation. The Ruler's Back versus Cohen Blows.
No,
the Ruler's Back is gonna go to the finale.
Yes, but let's save that though.
What do you mean?
Let's do Ambitions as the versus the
Sure.
Mob.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's already decided, but it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Whatever, once we
we'll
get
make
there,
it
yeah.
official once we get to it. But
Ambitions versus the Mob.
yeah. So I mean, listen, there's a couple different ways to look at it, right? I think that when you're looking at the Mob, you're getting better punchlines, better wordplay. You're getting Lil Wayne wanting to flex all of his lyrical muscles, and that's more of like the point of the song.
He went Super Saiyan.
He did.
He went Super Saiyan. It's the pure ability of his skill, but then again, like you're getting the wrath of Tupac after jail on Ambitions.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs that I could argue is a top 10 within the genre, bro. I can make an argument for Ambitions being a top 10 within the genre. It's historic. Right after jail, domination from the West Coast, the
Yeah.
anger, the distaste in his mouth, the big fuck you to everybody. Everybody gets dissed here.
Yeah, and he sounds fearless, bro. He
It's
sounds
violent.
fearless
It's
and
violent.
in every word he delivers, it's dripping in just raw charisma and defiance. And I feel like this is the song that best embodies Tupac's outlaw mentality. Like it perfectly
All
embodies
Eyes on
it.
Me, like, is this song. This
Yeah.
is this song.
Yeah, it's going over the Mob.
It is.
It's going over
I think
the
it's a
Mob.
better song. Even the production for me is better.
Yeah. So next up, like we were saying, Cohen Blows versus The Ruler's Back. Again, you could argue that Eminem's fucking technical tickety-tackety is better, but whatever. At a certain point, it's not all that matters.
But even at that, the tickety-tackety from the Ruler's Back is there.
It's still there, yeah, bro.
And it's
I mean,
very prominent.
there's one section. I feel like we might have to do a bar breakdown on this at one point on The Ruler's Back, but it's pretty crazy because he's mentioning all artists that he's affiliated with, but doing it in like a double meaning way. So when you got a couple of beans and you don't have a clue, DJ Clue, your situation is bleak, Memphis Bleak. I'm going to keep it real because fucking with me, you got to drop a mill. Like, it's just insane. Insane wordplay. And just crazy puns
Oh, he's
from
flexing
Jay-Z.
his lawyers.
I know.
He's saying that, like, even the district attorney cannot fuck with me.
Even like him paying respects to like historical legends, like I'm representing for the seat where Rosa Parks sat, where Malcolm X was shot, where Martin Luther was popped. Like, whoa.
Sue me,
Spazzing.
fuck you. What's a couple of dollars to me? But you will respect me, simple as that.
Yeah, that's something else. So yeah, it's a very fitting finale. I think
It was even.
It is even. Ambitions is a rider versus The Ruler's Back. Again, just two different songs. One is angry, one is tough and unforgiving, and is just a fucking punch to the face. While the other one is a mission statement. It's like, fucking sound off the fireworks, let the cannons fly.
I'm here.
I'm here, bitch. That's what it is. I'm here, bitches. That's what it is. That's what that song is. I don't know.
Okay,
bro.
listen, bar work for bar work, it's definitely going to The Ruler's Back, right?
Yeah.
Bar
for bar.
Okay.
Performance, I'm going Tupac.
I'm going Ambition.
Yes.
The production. That's where it's going to be done.
Oh. So different.
I know it is. It depends what you want to look. Okay, the drums by Bink are better on The Ruler's Back. The drums are better on The Ruler's Back. That's for sure.
Fuck, man.
It depends which loop you prefer.
Yeah, that's Dillinger's, like, those chilling piano keys and the female vocals in back, like, that was special, bro. That was special. I feel like obviously Ambitions is more iconic. I think that it's the song that'll be like, if there is a hip hop like Hall of Fame for songs, that one's being inducted first. Also because it came out first, but it's tough, bro. Like, the feeling you get from listening to Ambitions as a rider, just feeling that fury, it's unmatched.
It's definitely unmatched.
But again, to what we were saying, the way you were breaking it down, when I'm looking at just bar for bar and production, I do think The Ruler's Back strives more. But like with Ambitions as a rider, it's this intangible factor.
Do we bring in the Looney?
No, we're not. We're not fucking disrespecting these songs like that. Fuck that. What's wrong with you?
Why?
You want to let chance decide a finale in a bracket?
Why not?
Go to the fucking casino, bro. Fuck out of here. Trying to gamble on a fucking bracket?
But I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, there's literally, like, there's nothing separating these songs.
There is. It's called preference, bro. It's called opinion. That's what it is.
So what? What do I like more at this point?
What do you think is the better song? When you look at them, song for song, what do you think is the better song? I'm going Ambitions as a rider. I've decided.
Yeah, I'll do Ambitions.
You're going to do Ambitions?
Yeah, because it doesn't feel right. There's something that does not feel right about seeing this, like, lose to The Ruler's Back.
It can't lose in
Maybe
any
if this was like a
conversation.
Never Change or like a Heart of the City, I understand. But for me, like, Ambitions
It's
is
that
an all-time.
delivery.
Yeah, but it's also the all-time classic standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll bring in the classic factor and the influence factor here. Ambitions as a rider.
There you go.
Boom.
There you have it. Decided.
It's in. Decided.
Bang. But yeah,
Did
guys.
you know it? Did you know it?
Did I know it? I had a feeling it was going to be this or Put It On by Big L, which I would have taken far.
You know, Put It On got fucking first rounded.
They got first rounded, bro. Tragic. Criminal. But actually, no, because they lost to the other finale, yeah.
The
to the other
Ruler's Back
finalists.
beat out Dreams and Nightmares. It beat out Melt Session.
Yeah, no,
#1.
it's fair. It's
it
fair.
beat out a bunch of different songs. It would have beaten out
valid.
the mob for me.
Yeah.
It would have beaten out the mob.
100%.
So you're telling me it beat out all these songs, but it wouldn't be top 3 on the blueprint for you?
No. The Blueprint's that good, though. It's one of the, like you said, it's one of the best albums of all time.
I want to ask Coleman what he thinks about that. But
yeah,
anyways,
that's
guys,
a good debate.
That is a good debate. But guys, listen, we're going to end off this recording here, guys. Thank you so much. Winner of today's bracket, Ambitions as a Rider by Tupac. I think it is fitting. And if you guys want to see more videos just like this on the NFR Plus channel, hit the subscribe button. We're uploading on this channel on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.